acaba de finalizar el interesante partido entre el equipo de Canadá y Dominicana. Y esto es un partido donde Dominicana en ningún momento tuvo chances, tuvo oportunidad de poder ganarse a este equipo de Canadá. El marcador final 111-36. Realmente impresionante. Y con nosotros, Murphy, una de las jugadoras estelares del equipo de Canadá. Murphy, thank you for your time. Thank you for being with us. 111-36. You guys kill Dominicana. What do you think it was the key for the victory?
For us, we just want to keep getting better every single game. So we knew this was maybe going to be the result, but we wanted to come in and we wanted to just keep pushing, attacking on offense because we have a really important game against Cuba coming up. So we wanted to be ready.
When you are winning games this easily with this amount of points, how do you guys stay focused on not losing that intensity in the game?
Well, our coaches are very strong in that point that we have to do it, but we also know that we really want to go to Rio, and it's not going to be easy. These next games now with Cuba, the semifinal, and hopefully the final, we need to be so focused. So we've been working all summer. We can't just lose focus now, you know, like 4 days before the most important games. So I think that's why also we're looking at Rio.
Le digo que cómo logra mantener ese enfoque cuando gana juegos de la manera como la ganaron hoy, 111-36, y lo cierto es que han ganado la mayoría de los juegos por sobre 40 puntos, han dominado, y me dice que la realidad es que ellas trabajaron mucho, pero mucho durante el verano, trabajaron muy duro, que sería injusto perder el enfoque, que siguen jugando durísimo. 38 points from the bench, really impressive.
Our bench takes pride in that. We're on the bench and we're waiting for our chance to get in because we just want to go in and keep pushing the level and getting better and better.
38 puntos de la banca, realmente impresionante, que están esperando ese momento para entrar y ganarse una posición dentro del cuadro regular. Murphy, thank you for being with us. Amigos, ya estamos en la conferencia de prensa, así que vamos allá un momento. Adelante.
Our next game against Cuba, so thought a lot of those things went well for us tonight.
So you have a day off tomorrow, and then you have Cuba on Thursday, most likely for the top seed of the group. What is your mindset right now, and what to expect from your team and from Cuba? Last time you guys met was at the Pan American Games, and it was a close finish. You guys won by one.
Yeah.
So what are your expectations for that game?
I mean, that's the matchup that we've been anticipating and waiting for. I mean, there's not much to choose between the two teams. You know, I think both teams have improved since Pan Am Games, and we anticipate a tight battle. They present, you know, some difficulties in terms of their size up front and their speed on the perimeter, but I think we can cause them some problems too. So it should be a fantastic game, and we'll be as prepared as we can be in 2 days' time to play them.
We'll open the floor for some questions.
Lisa, I know you spoke on this last night, but tonight's performance rebounding, both on the defensive and offensive side of the game on the boards was pretty dominant. Do you think that's a sense of pride in your team? As much as anything, just pride because it's hard work. You executed it so well.
It is, yeah. I mean, we have been focusing a lot of energy and time on that, and you know, we do have all of our players take a lot of pride in what we do, especially at the defensive end, but in particular we're making it a point of emphasis to get some multiple opportunities at the offensive end by getting offensive boards, and I think that's really shown well so far in the tournament, and it'll be a focal point as we move forward as well.
Does it feel like the tournament gets real now?
Very much so. We know what's ahead and the matchups that we're potentially going to have, and you know, the meaningfulness of the upcoming games. So certainly there's a sense of urgency and you know, seriousness to what's going to take place in the next few days.
How do you approach the process of dialing up that urgency? Because these games, as much as you try to stay on task and all the rest of it, you're constantly like week.
Yeah, I think you know, the team's playing well. I think we have a lot of people playing well, and our confidence is high. So I don't think there's too much we have to do differently other than, again, prepare the game plan and make sure we execute that as best we can going into that Cuba game. But you know, they know the level of importance coming up here. There's no need to reiterate it anymore. It's been on everyone's mind for a long time.
To what extent do you keep rolling the roster or shortening the bench now that you're into a more competitive matchup?
Yeah, I mean, we'll continue to do so until such time as we see matchups that we need to particularly pay attention to and maybe get some things in there, some people in there that work more to our advantage. But you know, rolling people through has been successful for us, and there's no need for us to go away from that anytime soon.
With 3 wins now, it's not quite but almost certainly you're going to the semifinals. That's another important thing to cross off on the list of getting to the Olympics. Is that something that you're kind of cognizant of or aware of?
Not yet, not yet, but certainly that's a huge stepping stone already if that's the case, and we guarantee ourselves, you know, finishing in the top 4 or whatever it's going to be. So yeah, that's kind of one step done, but a few more still to get through here.
Kia, if I could ask you a question regarding Cuba coming up on Thursday. Coach just talked about that moments ago. You're fresh off playing them with the Canada Análisis, you know a lot about this team. Your thoughts as you prepare for that game Thursday with an off day?
I mean, it's just a matter of going into the off day and getting as prepared as we can. We're going to go through, obviously, things in practice and shoot around to make sure that we're as prepared as possible. And for us to kind of go in, it's a team that we see a lot now. So it's just a matter of continuing to focus on what we need to do well and continuing to kind of work out the game plan and execute it.
Your almost every facet of the game has been streamlined this week. Is there a particular part of the game that you think is most effective or you need to do against Cuba?
I think it's just a matter of playing our great team basketball that we do. And it's when we can share the ball and when we can get the great shots that we got, like we put on show today, that stuff always helps us become successful.
For a 19-year-old kid, you got a lot of experience against Cuba already, right? Can you talk about that for 2 years you're playing?
Yeah, I definitely have a little bit of experience against them, and I mean, with experience comes a little bit of difficulty and a little bit of helpfulness. You get to kind of understand their players and their tendencies and those kind of things, but they get to do the same thing to you. So it's just a matter of continuing to play them, and every single game is going to be a different game. It's going to be a different outcome.
Have you learned to dislike them yet?
I wouldn't say dislike them, but a rivalry is always fun to have too.
It's the serious part of the tournament, but is it also the exciting part now too? Is this, you know, kind of you've been waiting for it?
Absolutely. I mean, I think once the tournament gets going into this part, we all know the importance of it. We're all kind of ready for it and amping up to it. But I mean, it gets exciting at this point too. You'll see the fist pumps going crazy now. So it's always really exciting.
For both of you, you've cut down on the turnovers tonight, which was probably the one thing you could maybe point to as a point of weakness in the first 2 games. What was key to that?
I think just the awareness. Yeah, I mean, it was much better to see that we did cut down on that tonight, and that'll continue to be an important thing, an important factor again, because I spoke about Cuba's speed on the perimeter, and with them, turnovers usually lead to fast break points, and so for us, we really have to value the basketball and make sure we're doing our best to maintain possession.
Will you exclusively practice tonight?
We will. Yeah. I don't know what the protocol is on that. I'm sure it'll be closed probably up until the last 15 minutes and then open after that, something like that. Yeah.
Would you rather everybody do the next Sunday?
Yeah, I don't know. They haven't told me yet, but
Wait.
yeah. I just coach. I don't do any of that other stuff.
Anybody else? Any more questions? No?
Nice. Thanks,
Lisa,
guys.
Gia, thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, guys. See you soon. Are we having Michelle and Catherine come up?
Amigos, ahí escucharon Lisa Samaidis y Nurse, dirigente y una de las jugadoras estelares del equipo de Canadá, sin duda, dando demostración de su poderío y por qué son las campeonas panamericanas. Para dar un recap de lo que corrió hoy, Cuba 65, Puerto Rico 58 a primera hora. En el segundo partido, Argentina dominó a Islas Vírgenes 75 a 51 y el equipo de Canadá 111 a Dominicana. Esos son los 3 partidos que hemos tenido la oportunidad de ver hoy, pero falta uno más. Recuerden que estas jornadas son de 4 partidos. Se viene por ahí Ecuador y Brasil, un juego sumamente importante para ambos equipos. Ecuador ha subido su nivel muchísimo, un equipo que defiende, que su porcentaje de la línea de 2 ha estado muy efectiva, y Brasil, por otro lado, un equipo que también ha subido su nivel. Les encanta el contraataque, están trabajando las tablas y han estado muy, pero que muy atinadas desde la línea de 3. Yo voy a estar aquí con ustedes a través de FIBAamericas.com después del partido para la reacción de todos los protagonistas que van a estar diciendo presente, o de varios de los protagonistas que van a estar diciendo presente. pendientes en ese partido. Los veo ya mismo.